Tattoo artists, what was your worst mistake and how did the client react? Worst was when I just started out tattooing. A few months and I'm tattooing an old co-worker's wife and she's getting some Roman numerals and before starting I ask her to triple check the numbers and she's like yep, all good, let's do it. 1 hour after being done I receive a text from my old co-worker that one of the letters are wrong. That was a great week to be alive dealing with that anxiety. Got a small tattoo on my foot. As he was making a line I heard him say whoops. I now have a straight line that's jutting off away from the rest of the tat. Fortunately, over time it has faded, but it's such a shitty tattoo. The whole thing is just the worst. It was only $60, so I didn't say anything and just told myself one day I'd get it covered up by something better. I have an 8-bit 1-up mushroom on my arm. The artist had the outline done and it looked great. She started coloring, stopped, looked at my arm, looked at the paper arm. She started coloring in a white spot green. She redrew the spots and you never be able to tell unless you're looking at the tattoo and a picture side by side. And I got $50 off. So all in all it's not bad. My ex did a large scarification on the client's abdomen. The client had brought in a piece of paper with the stylized word perseverance. I was invited in midway to see the progress and had to tap my ex on the shoulder for a spelling lesson. Not my mistake, but once during a trip I saw this woman getting tattooed by a local artist. It looked bad, but I thought that probably it would be to her taste. I met her again a few days later. I asked her what's up. She showed me the unfinished tattoo and told me she would have to get it removed. Tough one. Not the artist, but the tattoo receiver. I thought our appointment was for an hour later than it was scheduled for, so my artist emailed me to make sure we were still on. I freaked out and rushed over there immediately and ended up being about 30 to 40 minutes late. She was super gracious and understanding, but I felt super flustered and terrible about it for a while. She had me look over the image and I okayed it after barely looking at it, although I had seen tons of her work at this point. About halfway through the tattoo, I think she was on coloring, I realized she used the completely wrong reference image. It was the same subject, but I intended to use a different photo of it. I'm honestly not sure if it was my mistake or hers, and it's honestly not that important. It's still a great tattoo, that means a lot to me, but I still feel kind of dumb. I was watching the first season of Ink Masters last night and the guy who placed third gave the pin-up girl 2 right feet. I've never really made any big mistakes that garnered a reaction, but one of my clients has a tattoo from another artist in a local studio that says Granddad instead of Granddad. The studio fired the artist and wouldn't take any responsibility for what had happened.